It's kind of hot up here. Where's Kelsey gonna sit? On your lap?
She's not joining us.
Kelsey not joining us.
Go ahead.
okay.
You're right here.
Rip.
You're in the middle. I'm just making sure this link is up. There we go.
Reed, pleasure. Josh, almost ran over a dog in your neighborhood, so that was fun.
Did you seriously hit a dog?
I almost did.
Oh.
I almost did.
I got very emotional for a second.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't be here if I did.
Okay, we're good. We're live.
Everything's working?
Everything's working.
Guys only.
Guys only.
I wouldn't be here.
No girls allowed club.
No girls allowed.
No girls or Danny.
Or Dan.
No minorities allowed club.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, there it is.
All right. Well, welcome, everybody. Welcome to our third monthly... I'm going to move this pillow. You want a pillow?
Sure. Emotional support.
Monthly live stream. Happy to have you here. As you all know, I'm Josh. I play Grayek.
Oh.
Mike.
Oh, yeah. We're not. I'm Mike. I play small characters.
I'm Reed. I killed them.
It's just true. The arbiter of death.
Oh, okay.
You guys having a good Sunday?
Yeah.
No.
It's nice out.
No.
It's nice out.
Screw this day.
I need to rake my leaves, so.
We had some technical issues getting this thing started. Reed and I have been here since
Oh, really?
after church.
Yeah, I've been here since 1:30. Nothing's worked.
We did spend a solid 30 minutes watching nothing but Japanese game show
Oh,
It's true.
videos and eating pizza.
manga.
You have stitches in your leg?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Gonna fight.
Is it a street fight?
Gonna fight.
What is
with
this,
a
like a
gnome.
Michael Jackson Beat It video where you hand lock together? You had to knife fight the guy?
He's trying to go for my artery. It's like, get out of here.
Which artery?
Femoral. What's in the leg?
Yeah.
Femoral?
Femoral.
How many arteries do you have?
2. The brain and the femoral.
Because I
I don't
thought,
know.
isn't there also a place like under the arm?
No, there's a lot of like really bad arteries.
I think getting stabbed anywhere would probably be not good.
Yeah.
But
The femoral is the big one though.
yeah,
That's
you'll
the-
bleed out in like a minute or so.
I think it's it depends on how deep, but if it's like six minutes to certain death, like 1 minute to passing out.
Yeah. Samurai sword.
Yeah.
Rip in 10 seconds.
Good grief. Cutting through
So-
bone and viscera.
The bone is under that,
The
but
bone's in the way.
sometimes you got to get past the meaty stuff to get to the bone.
You guys ever broke a bone?
Once.
No.
Well, that's not true. So I broke this wrist and my right ankle,
Too much gaming.
and it was I got way too intense. It was actually
Overwatch.
Thumb just breaks.
both of them were football injuries.
Oh,
I know.
football.
Wow.
Sixth grade football.
Wow. Reed played football, guys.
So yeah,
So-
both of them were football injuries, and I didn't know I broke my ankle until later on. It got X-rayed.
Played through it.
It got X-rayed. Well, I was on crutches for a bit, but
Oh, you didn't play through it.
it got X-rayed. I didn't play through this. Just that my wrist ended my season.
Big season.
We could have gone to state. Yeah, I didn't realize it was broken until I got an X-ray there for a different reason. They're like, "Yeah, you've got a crack here, but you also have a crack here." Which, like you said, it doesn't hurt there. I said no, but I twisted my ankle really bad, and that's right where it was. She's like, "No, you probably like hairline fracture." I was like, "Oh, cool, hairline fracture." So, but
That's not really a break, though, right?
No.
A hairline fracture. It's like a pre-break.
It's a hairline.
It's a hairline. I mean, it's like there's a crack in your bone.
I think I've had a fracture before,
Mm.
Okay.
but I feel like there's a significant difference between a fracture and a full-on break.
For sure.
Are you okay? Are you break shaming me?
Yeah.
Like, are you?
It
Like,
wasn't really a big deal. That's what I'm trying to say.
it sounds like what you're trying to say, but for a sixth grader, it's a huge deal.
I've never broken a bone, so I
Same.
actually wouldn't know.
Because I drink a lot of milk.
Good.
I
So.
don't drink a lot of
Almond milk?
I probably should
No,
drink
I don't
more.
drink any milk anymore. I got lactose intolerant. So
You did.
By drinking too much milk?
no, by not drinking milk. When I went overseas, they didn't have
Oh.
milk. They had that powdered milk.
And
Mhm.
your body is naturally made to stop needing milk.
Wow.
Right?
I have no
don't
idea.
know. That sounds right.
That
though.
sounds actually
sounds
totally
ancient.
inaccurate.
Well,
But it's like your body
It's true.
compensates for stuff like that. Like if you have too much sugar, your body stops producing it. That's
Yeah.
called diabetes. So
Okay.
I don't know that.
Wow. The biology lessons today.
Okay.
Cool.
That's it for today.
yeah, see you guys.
I'm having a hard time with our camera here because it kind of looks like Mike's just not wearing pants from the angle.
Maybe I am.
He's got that ball just.
No. There we go.
Okay.
Right in the sweet spot. You look at me for validation.
I was like, you think that's funny, right?
I do think that's funny. Unfortunately, I'm 30 years old.
I'm 30 years old and I'm wearing a Chiefs jersey. So
Yeah, that's
come
right.
on.
That's
Are
right.
they playing?
They played.
They played?
Games
Oh
over.
no.
But he was not happy about
Sore
stuff.
subject?
Yeah, we won't talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We're going.
we're going.
We're going to a Chiefs game next week, baby.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Nice.
First sports game.
First?
First
ever?
pro game?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, you gonna get a hot dog?
What?
What you got? Okay.
Is hot dog baseball?
Can we sit?
Hot dogs in
Can
here,
I
yeah.
sit?
Yeah, you can sit.
Okay.
So here's, for those of you in the Kansas City area
Can I sit? I'm in.
and feel like going to Arrowhead Stadium during a game sometime, which everyone should. It's the greatest place to watch a football game in the history of the world. You've got to get their macaroni and cheese with burnt ends. It's a very Kansas City thing, but
Yes.
it's amazing.
How much is that? 30?
I think 35.
35, okay.
Actually, it was like $6, which I didn't think was too bad.
That's cheap.
Yeah, it's not Atlanta cheap, but
No.
it's pretty decent.
But the drinks, though. Is that
The
what
drinks
they
will get you.
get? The drinks will get you. Like a cruise.
Like what?
A cruise.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the sites are free. Everything else costs money.
Someone asked, "Is this live?" Yes.
This is very live.
This is
Who asked that?
Pre-recorded.
Michael Sinclair II.
Michael Sinclair II. We couldn't say your name if it wasn't live.
Oh.
Or could we? Or did we just say everybody's name?
Yeah.
And then
This is the one we picked.
this is the one we get.
We just got
took
lucky.
one name.
We just got lucky.
So this last week we had a doozy.
These things happen.
Thursday evening.
Maybe we should get a space.
A new space?
I feel like bad things have happened in this space related to the podcast for the last
Like that that pocket right
that
over there.
corner right there.
Just technology is hated.
Yep.
Couldn't get our streaming camera working just now.
Still not.
I have no idea why GarageBand just duplicated episode 128. So yeah, so for those of you who don't know, because I understand not everybody is listening to the latest episode,
Probably these guys are.
probably most of you, but we had the whole where I and this is where I feel really dumb because I was like a solid maybe 15, 20 minutes into the episode editing it. And something sounded funny to me, so I wanted to go back and check what our voices sounded like in episode 128. So I jump back to listen to a little window, and I go, didn't I just edit that?
Here's what would have been great. If somehow you brain fart 3 hours worth of edits and redo 128, I don't listen to Josh's edits anymore. I trust him to just like make them good. So I would have posted it as 129 with a 129 title, which I had. It was called The R. Kelly of Wizards. And I would have written a whole synopsis about 129 that didn't actually happen. And I wouldn't have realized it for probably 2 hours because that's about how frequently I check Twitter. And yeah. So we would have had the wrong episode up for most of the day. And then we probably wouldn't have actually had 129 proper on, like, up posted at all that day.
Yeah, that would have been really bad.
It would have pushed to Saturday. Thank you for catching that.
Yeah, so luckily I dumb caught it and called Reed. That was a hard conversation because I didn't know how to intro it. I wanted to just like rip the Band-Aid and say bad news.
Yeah, it was fun.
But
I mean, it's crazy.
then we came up with like 2 or 3 different solutions. And
Yeah, which ultimately I think I speaking of not wanting to like deliver
you just look
news.
so happy in the video. You just didn't have to deal with any of this crap.
Yeah. Speaking of not having to or not wanting to deliver news, I didn't want to be the one to suggest to Josh that we just do 129 because Josh texted me. He was like, "Hey, we have the video." I was like, "Well, you could just edit it like a video and then extract the audio instead of the whole thing."
Which, okay, and I didn't tell you this, and I didn't say this on the podcast because it's a little obnoxious, but I made the mistake of updating my Adobe software without updating my OS.
Oh.
So half of my Adobe software doesn't work right now. And so it took me like 2 hours to upload one of the camera angles. And so after that finished, and I realized it was going to take me another like hour and a half to upload the next one, I was just like, screw it. And I just grabbed the audio from that one angle.
Mhm.
So it was just the camera that was right here. I just grabbed that camera's audio, and that was the episode audio.
I figured that was the one because I know that one sounds different, and I think the one that watches me,
That would have been the worst one.
that would have been the worst.
The
one.
DSLR. Yeah.
Mm.
So it worked out. But
Yeah, Josh.
and everybody was really nice about it.
That's the one thing. Yeah, I don't know. Josh doesn't see all the emails that come in that I see, or the tweets. I mean, he tries, but I like get notified and stuff. But like, the amount of like overwhelming positivity of just being like, hey, we know, like, obviously the quality was worse, but thank you for releasing it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. So I appreciate you guys. Like,
Because there was a level of trust on our part of going, they're not going to hate us for producing a bad
we
episode.
would never want to produce something like that, but
intentionally.
yeah, because of the situation we're in, we knew, because you guys are such insane, crazy, ravenous fans, that it was probably the right call, despite our lack of satisfaction with the outcome. So it was the right call. I appreciate Josh doing all the work on it because that was pretty crazy.
No problem.
So a lot of positive. Like, thank you for writing in and like validating the decision because
that was good.
That was cool.
That if we would have published it, and I got like 2.5 hours of sleep that night,
mm-hmm.
and then everybody was like, "This is the worst decision. I hate
like,
this." I would have table flipped.
Yeah.
That would have been it for me. I probably would have just quit and fallen asleep. But you guys are really great, and you're an awesome audience. So it's always worth it to go the extra mile for you guys.
26 viewers. That's a lot of viewers.
That's awesome.
That's more than normal.
Yeah.
We only have 32 people in this tier, plus the people in 35.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna double check your numbers there.
Well, when I checked this morning, there's 32 people in the $15 tier.
Oh no, there's like 60 people altogether that could be a part of this.
Right. I was saying 32 people in the 15 and whatever the 35 is because they can watch two, obviously.
It's actually 33 in the 15 because Craig upped himself to 15 today.
Craig, way to go, Craig.
It's always cool.
The one good decision you've made lately. Got him, chat. Can we get some got hims in the chat, please?
Can I got him in the chat?
Yeah, there's a chat.
It's interesting because the stream, the Patreon has kind of like ebbed and flowed.
Yeah. Especially when we like restructured. Yeah,
some people leave, some people up their tiers, some people join. But it's been cool to see the overall trend is upwards.
Lately, yeah.
That it's just steady growth. So that's like that they're just more and more sticking around.
Yep.
And on the Mike Hegberg side of things, because I saw someone mention this in the comments, we do have prints just about ready to send out to everybody.
It's true.
So I've been kind of behind on the processes. That's my bad. But they are all just about ready to go. Some of the packaging is really tight. I realized it's okay for anybody who wants to do like print stuff like this in the future when it comes to like packaging for your orders. I got the prints are 5x5, right? So I got 6x6, little cardboard squares that I can put all of them between, which is great. Keeps
to prevent bending.
Yep. And then this is where my fatal flaw. I got 6x9 manila envelopes. So
it's 6 flat though.
Yeah. So it's 6. The envelopes are 6 inches flat. So I got to cut off, 3/4 of an inch on each of them, so that they're still like.
Do you have a paper cutter?
No. No, I just been using scissors.
Oh my gosh! Dude.
And I just went through scissors on each of those guys, and put it in, slid it in. But yeah, the first one I slid in, it got stuck, and I was so angry because like the paper was in there, and so
you had to be careful.
So I started going through like surgery, trying to remove the actual like print. Without really realizing I could just rip the manila envelope open.
Yeah, those are cheap.
Yeah, so when you receive on the $35 tier, when you receive your print, if it is really snug in there, just rip the vanilla envelope. Don't try and perform.
Well, one of them will have a golden ticket, which is printed on the inside of the manila envelope. So you have to be delicate with that.
Yeah.
The golden ticket gets you access to come join us at a live recording. So if you get that golden ticket, chat, we will fly you here, and you can join us. If we don't print a golden ticket, there's no risk.
Know.
Josh is freaking out at the logistics right now. It's like there's no actual golden ticket, Josh. Let me just I'll guess I'll reveal the joke. Which makes it infinitely funnier.
No,
sorry.
Everyone's here's what I was expecting is because we're like there's like a 30-second lag.
Right.
So now I'm seeing at first the chat is exploding with what? So and now they're realizing what's going on.
Yeah.
So now they're leaving.
Now they're leaving. Oh, 24, 23, 20. Yep, 20 viewers. Cool.
Just two left. Don't toy with me, Reed. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Mike, do you got any thoughts for the new print?
Yeah, we haven't seen the design yet. I know he's been hard at work on it. It's going to be 10 times better than the first one.
Well, okay. No, I have not. So,
is this where we spitball the design of it? We work
workshop. Do you want input on what the design?
I don't think we need a workshop.
Here, I'll draw it for you. You just remake it, but look fancy.
Perfect. We'll just
designers love that, right?
We'll just take what Reed drew and.
Wait, can you just pretty much make this right here?
Yes.
But like
a meme.
Yeah.
But like a sneak attack.
Yeah. No, I haven't, but. I think there's a bunch of good ideas out there, though.
Reed's just gonna email you several Ollie Moss works.
Yeah.
Just say, can you do this?
Just like that.
But for sneak attack.
Just very iconic stuff.
Yeah, just stuff that one of the most famous designers in the world.
I just want you to revolutionize the medium.
Huh? Nope.
So
what does that do?
We could probably be promoting it at any time.
Yeah, November, December, January are the 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
That it runs. So we ship them in February.
Okay. We do.
Yeah. So we ship the next one in February. Like the first ones are getting shipped now.
It will be better.
Ooh.
Better than the current one?
That was just a carrot I dangled, but
wow.
It's on the record.
Who knows what that means, but it'll be better.
Should I turn off the heater? Is it too hot in here for you guys?
I'm fine.
Okay. So chat, feel free to throw me your questions in the chat here whenever you want. What games you guys been playing lately?
Reed?
Overwatch Season 7.
They have seasons?
They do.
How does that work?
How do seasons work?
Okay, so a season in a video game is just a brief period of time where you are competing against usually some kind of leaderboard system, trying to play more games, get better, and then rank up higher to a higher place on the leaderboard. So usually with video games and stuff like that, especially like competitive shooters, or I guess MOBAs as well. You will play a series of placement matches. Depending on how well you do in those placement matches, you will automatically be assigned a number, and then you can go up or down from there. So it tries to put you relative to your skill level to start. That way you don't have to start at 0 every time and then get to
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
It doesn't work. It's a totally broken system.
I love the idea of matchmaking.
Yeah.
But broken matchmaking sucks butt.
Yeah.
The game doesn't know that I'm the best.
So. Who's better between the two?
Reed. At Overwatch?
Yeah,
Reed.
At Heroes, Mike would annihilate me with every hero.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reed definitely for Overwatch.
So have you jumped into your small window of World of Warcraft playing yet?
I haven't. It has not come back.
But you'll get the new expansion though.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Battle for Azeroth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try out the classic at all?
No. That seems terrible.
Okay.
Play a little Diablo, just for a little bit.
Season 37 of that?
Season, who knows?
Yeah. season, no changes.
I played one game of Overwatch, instantly triggered, installed it, uninstalled.
You uninstalled?
Yeah, I always do. And then I'm playing some Heroes, but I'm gonna build a new PC. So
Really? Like from scratch?
Yeah, he's gonna
Reed's gonna help
solder the.
You know what I
copper
mean, like,
together?
because you can build a computer by going online and selecting different items on an alien computer. But like,
Alien computer.
you know, Alienware or whatever.
okay,
Isn't that a thing?
That's the
that's
thing,
for
yeah.
hardcore gamers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can go and like
Customize
pick
it,
like
yeah.
you can customize. Some people say that's building your own
No.
computer.
That's a joke.
So
That's baby time.
when I say literally, I mean like you're picking out the
I'm
different
picking the parts.
Yeah.
Reed is gonna help me put it together.
It's like grown-up Legos, only
Yeah.
with much more expensive repercussions.
All you gotta do is get the box, and you just dump everything in the box and
Shake
it up.
And
and
then
then push it on.
magnets fall it into place.
Yeah.
It's
Do
like
you-
Boggle. You guys ever played Boggle, chat?
You ever played Mancala?
Ooh, Mancala. Played so much Mancala in junior high.
Yeah, it's a
It's after my injury took me out. I played a lot of Mancala.
big Mancala guy now.
I played a game called, it was one of those online flash games called Line Rider. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah.
You would draw a line.
Yeah.
This is like pre-apps. You know what I mean? This is where you'd go to games.com or something like that.
Newgrounds.
Yeah. And that was a blast.
Yeah, Line
I-
Rider.
I would skip lunch and play that game.
There's a small community of people that continues to make Line Rider levels, and some people like sync them to music. So I saw this one got really big on Reddit earlier this month or late last month. But someone made a video that was Line Rider set to Tune of the Mountain King or whatever that song is called. That dun 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 dun. So the song the video was him like hitting all the slopes. bouncing
Oh,
up
I
stuff
saw
in
that. I
sequence.
saw
Yeah.
that.
There's a whole community of people that does that.
Huh.
Like very small. There were probably like 3 guys, but they're really cool videos. You should check them out. But yeah, Line Rider's still a thing. You ever played Club Penguin, Josh?
Ooh, that sounds really familiar.
No.
No?
No.
What is it?
It's just like
I mean, there were lots of like doofy flash games.
yeah,
with
it's like
penguins.
a Penguin Flash version of The Sims,
No, I did not play that.
but like Sims Online. You ever play Sims Online?
No, I never did. I never got into Sims. That seemed like a game where the goal was to just doof around.
That's most games though.
Doof around.
I like games where I feel like I'm accomplishing something.
What's your favorite game?
My favorite game of all time.
Wow.
There's a dispensation.
Never
between-
mind.
Yeah, that's-
You're the worst.
The game-
Just say it.
The game that I play the
Say it.
most.
No.
Say it.
Are the game
No.
game.
What's your favorite game? What is it?
Minecraft.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Favorite game Minecraft. Endless possibilities. Could play that game literally forever.
You don't have to sell me
That's a-
on it. I
that's a
mean,
bad
I know
game.
what Minecraft is.
But I would
There you
say
go.
What's your favorite game?
There you go.
My favorite game? Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Easy peasy.
what about Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild. That's recency bias.
You've forgotten it so
That's recency bias.
you don't think it's as good as
No. It's not as good as Majora's Mask.
wow.
Like Breath of the Wild is very good. Mario Odyssey is very good.
Hmm.
But
You gotta wait and see how it stands the test. of time.
exactly, yeah, like and like they could re-release Majora's Mask with improved graphics, controls,
More masks.
more masks. They could literally just like do a full remake of that game. I mean, they kind of did on the 3DS. It wasn't a full remake, but they could do like a full HD console remake of Majora's Mask, and I would still think that the N64 version is the greatest game of all time. Like, it's not the game at this point that is super great for me. It's the nostalgia I have, the memory of my mom taking me to Blockbuster like 3 times a month to rent Majora's Mask while I was saving up money to buy my own copy of Majora's Mask.
Okay. Okay.
And like every single time I would try it and hope to find my copy of Majora's Mask from Blockbuster, but I never was able to find my file, so I had to start from scratch, and that was fine for me. I played the Deku Temple like 17 times
Okay.
before
Okay.
I got my own copy. That game is so good, and it's just
So
like,
Caden, let me ask this.
Yeah.
Could Breath of the Wild become better than Majora's Mask, depending on how it ages?
I think on a technical level, it's already better than Majora's Mask from like a gameplay perspective. I don't know. That's probably a preference thing, but like There are probably better games than Majora's Mask, but for me, it doesn't matter.
Okay. It's a personal thing.
Yeah, it's a totally personal thing. Like because
Gotcha.
it was Link to the Past that made me love Zelda.
Yeah.
Link to the Past is a brilliant game. Ocarina of Time just blew my little mind, going like, "Holy crap! I'm 10 years old. I cannot believe that this is possible." I don't know if it was just like a right time in my life. Again, I'm like 12 years old. I don't have like bills or responsibilities, but it was just so different than anything I'd played before.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the closest thing to an RPG I'd ever played. I'd never played RPGs back then.
Yeah.
So it was just like this whole, you have to like set up the quests, and you can't, if you miss one thing, like that quest is over, and you have to wait for the days to reset to do it all over again. And some of the payoffs between the story, like the small, like isolated storylines were so good. And like, I don't know, it was small and intimate, but also like very, I mean, it's about the world ending. So it's really cool stuff.
Mike?
I think for me, probably FF8.
Oh,
just because that same thing, because it's just like that period of time. I think it's a good game, but I just think it hit me at the right time, and I think I like. Remember like GameFAQs.com?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I like printed that thing off
whole thing.
and then laminated it and put it in a binder.
What? You laminated the whole thing?
And yeah,
that's awesome.
It just was cool to have a book. I never looked at it, but I was like, put FF8 on there.
Wow.
And I loved all the big
the summons.
Yeah, the summons are just really
Those
cool.
are really
and
cool.
they had that. Is it the card game in that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that mini. That card game was really great too.
That was the one. Was that the one with the guy with the overcoat?
That's
the gray overcoat.
No.
Were there gun
that's
swords
X.
in 8?
That's X. Or yeah, there in 8 there is a gunblade. Squall has it.
Squall, yes.
Squall's the main
Okay.
character, yeah.
I never actually played Final Fantasy VIII, but I played a demo of it on remember when like you owned a PlayStation back in the day, and they would send you discs.
I remember
the magazine.
in PlayStation magazine.
Yes,
yeah.
you get 4 or 5 like demo games. So that's what I had.
Yeah.
That's
The first time I played Final Fantasy X was no, it wasn't.
and it had the water dragon summon thing that came down and like washed
Yeah.
out.
The one I always did was Bahamut or whatever, that like demon guy just annihilated.
That's all they
everybody.
had on the demo. That's the only one I ever experienced.
I like the cactus guy.
Oh
They do
yeah,
that.
yeah. And you like shoot the spines at it. There was one section of 8. I think it was right before you get to disc 2 or right after you start disc 2. You're in some city or something, and you need a password to get into one of the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 4-digit password. You're supposed to. I could never figure out where to learn this password. I literally entered one at a time until I got it right.
Mm.
It was the most time-consuming thing because I didn't know what the internet was back then. I was stupid. Yeah. And so, like, I think I probably went through like 250 because it was out of 1,000. And I probably entered 250 different times before it finally just said, "Yep, that's the password."
Like got him,
guys. Who's been standing here? I probably just wore him down. Resistance.
He broke the game.
Just gonna let him go.
What do you guys thoughts on FF7 being remade?
Oh, the remake? To me, it's just like Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
It like people will like it. Like it will not replace original Final Fantasy VII for those people that love it.
That's like GoldenEye. Whereas like GoldenEye was an amazing game. You like try and play it now, it's the worst game
It's
ever.
trash.
I don't want to play it.
No.
But I'm like I'm literally turning like this and I'm dead.
And
So,
it's just gray out in the distance. Past 10 feet, gray.
I think there is a balance between like the nostalgia of a game and a well-aged game.
Yeah, sure.
Because I think like Zelda Link to the Past, that was kind of an 8-bit game, right? Like where
16,
it was 16, yeah. To me, that aged better than Ocarina of Time. Because graphically, like Ocarina's graphics look terrible now. Like it's hard to look at for me.
Sprites will always hold up better.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's not really about the graphics. Like games will always look better. So I mean, like I think some of the biggest, like most shocking things are just like, why the heck did I play this game? Is you go back to like the old like Xbox, PS2, GameCube generation where you're just like, yeesh, I thought this game looked good, and like now it's just garbage.
When you're blown away by stuff.
And so it's
like there are some games from PS2 that still look really good.
Yeah, God of War like holds up. I
Shadow
guess.
of the Colossus.
Yeah, I mean that's an art direction thing too. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You ever play Okami?
No, that's the watercolor dog game.
Watercolor
right?
dog.
Yeah.
You have like your
I have a
celestial
cousin
brush.
that's really into that.
Yeah. Okami, that's a game that holds up visually.
Yeah.
Because it's cell shaded. That's like Wind Waker, also GameCube era. Cell shaded holds up.
Solid. So we got a solid list of questions.
Let's do questions.
By the way, let's do this. Chat. If you have a question, type question in the chat before you write it.
All caps.
That way I won't. That will help me not miss it, because looking for the question mark at the end of a statement is tough because you guys are talking a lot.
Which is good. We want to encourage that.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I'm loving seeing the dialogue. So, let's go here. Josh, are you looking forward to only speaking in incoherent babbles for the next year? Yep. 6+60 asked on Twitter. That's a Prince question. We already did that. The Exalted One asks, this question may have already been answered, but to read, if the guys had not taken a long rest in the Chronicum. I feel like we get this question every time we ask for questions.
No, not necessarily.
Would the same time have elapsed if we would have not taken a long rest?
No, but it wouldn't have been be a pretty sizable jump in time regardless. So it wouldn't have been the full 35, but it probably would have been like 30 or something like that. Okay. They probably would have been jumped right at the beginning of the invasion rather than the tail end, like the end of the first assault.
Okay.
Probably.
This is from the Danliest.
What's up, Danley?
The PlayStation VR Skyrim bundle is $100 off for Black Friday. Should I get it?
No.
VR. I don't think VR is the future. Personal opinion.
I don't know yet. I think it's too early to tell. I don't want Bethesda getting any more money for a recycled game. So say no to Bethesda games. Force them to make something new.
Because they need to make something new.
Yep.
They really rode Skyrim for all it's worth.
Yeah, I can't wait until they port Skyrim to my can opener in 2020.
It's on literally every platform.
I saw like an Onion-style article, like one of those fake news articles where it's like, Bethesda developer tries to port Skyrim to his body, dies in the process, or something like that. It was a picture of a dude like giving someone CPR, and it was just like the world map on his chest.
That's awesome.
But seriously, Bethesda, get your crap together. It's been 6 years.
No, AR is the future. That's where
assault rifles. It's nothing but
augmented.
No,
reality.
Gosh, augmented reality is garbage too.
Oh, it's garbage, but that is so going to be the future. That's the future of video games.
I think that's a stopgap between now and working VR.
No,
that's a stopgap.
You think AR is a supplement to VR?
Yes.
I think VR is a supplement to AR.
Whoa. What?
V comes later in the alphabet, thus it's better. Later in time, I win. Next question.
All right, next question. So, Danley's, don't do it, man. Pump the brakes on the Skyrim.
Speak with your wallet.
Skyrim VR bundle. Also, wait for Cyber Monday. Why you gotta go to store on Friday?
It's like a Black Friday deal. It's kind of the same thing.
Amelia Wills. We've already heard you guys.
It's Amelia.
Oh, is this Cass?
I think so.
Okay, see, I've never actually said her regular name.
Hi, Amelia.
We've already heard you guys answer to this as yourselves. But if toilet paper existed in Brandis, would your characters fold or crinkle? Thank you, Cass. Thank you for this.
Toilet paper exists in Brandis.
It does?
Sure.
Have any of us ever gone to the restroom other than
Mike poop?
Yeah, as animals.
He pooped as a horse. I think Kelsey said so once. Kelsey said she had to use the bathroom.
Okay.
I think. It's like something exists. It's not just like you poop and then pull up your pants. Like you're just gonna chafe like crazy.
There's leaves and
there's all kinds of stuff.
There's paper, and I feel like if a world can establish like paper, it can establish toilet paper.
Yeah.
So Mike, would Milo and Sherwood crinkle or fold?
I would say crinkle.
Both of them?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Tiny hands.
Sure. Yeah.
Part of me hopes that Grayek would fold.
Relative to the body.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
I think he would just crinkle. I don't think he really cares. Greg just grabs the whole roll.
Okay. No, he doesn't. Stop it.
We really need a female presence here, guys.
Yeah. Come on.
We've got plenty of female presence in the chat.
Shout out to the females in the chat.
Shout out to ladies.
Ladies, how you doing?
I can hear the collective eye roll. Okay, next question. Sorry, I'm taking in all these other questions. For Mike, I was thinking about playing a child wizard in one of my campaigns. How do you get into the mindset to role play as a kid? How difficult is it?
I hang around a lot of kids. I have a son who I mimic a lot of Milo's stuff off of, but I don't know. I think like any character, you just gotta kind of be a little bit more carefree, a little bit more blank slate. I mean, if your backstory is a little bit more crazy, then I think that's okay to have some twitches to your character, I guess. But I think children character are really fun. So I think just if you want to play like a really fun, just easygoing character, I think that's the way to go.
I think there's a fine line too between like youthful innocence and just like
being obnoxious,
obnoxiously dumb for no reason.
Yeah,
I think that's good too. I don't think you want to play a character that's just like annoying, I guess, to the group. Like, can I do this?
Here, like here, go grab that box. What's a box? I don't know that word. Just like just come on, like. I have actually seen it go too far the other way.
Sorry,
it wasn't you.
I'm like, what's a box?
Just like the baby talk.
Yeah.
That's too far.
Can't be a baby. Don't
RP a baby. Someone carry me.
You RP a baby.
Someone carry me.
Oh.
You guys have seen the Michael Scott and Andy Bernard, where Michael brings Andy in the office to tell him that he can't talk like a baby anymore.
Oh yeah.
And then Andy says, "But I really love your Elvis voice." And then they just start talking to each other as Elvis and the baby. That's what I thought of. Welcome to the stream where we recap funny moments on TV shows
that we can't show for copyright reasons.
Yeah.
So just again, picture it in your mind. We're a podcast. You should be really good at picturing what we're saying.
All in the ears.
From Crazy Horse 1321. Josh, have you painted any miniatures lately? Do you plan any miniature games? Do you, I'm guessing, play any miniature games, or do you just use them for D&D? I have painted miniatures lately. I paint every Monday and Friday on a Twitch stream.
Whoa, okay.
Whoa!
Okay,
we
name dropping?
Censored.
Yeah.
This man's gonna
take his computer.
Just go to my Twitter.
Oh! Just say it, you dirty dog. Yeah.
I have a couple different games with miniatures, board games with miniatures. Particularly if you're looking for a fun one with miniatures, I would suggest Mice and Mystics.
Oh, Mice and Mystics.
Those are the coolest freaking minis, and they're super fun to paint.
What is like the arcane horrors? But there's a Descent. Descent is another board game that is
super like rad minis.
The really cool minis. They're really well made.
Yeah.
And they look really cool.
Yeah.
That game is brutal though, and you will die a lot.
Yeah. Very hard. This versus the board, right?
It's everyone versus the game, which is kind of sucky.
Just like the movie.
No, personally, I'm kind of getting into this lately. Rather than buying bulk miniatures from a board game, I really like buying like specific miniatures from eclectic miniature producers, like rather than the big kind of like brand name guys. I think you find really a lot cooler miniatures in those venues.
He's a real miniature snob.
I am. I'll totally accept that. All right, next question from Corey Newton. Have you guys ever thought about doing some gaming with the community?
I think the closest we've ever gotten to that is at the conventions. But that was just like gaming.
Yeah.
I
thought you were gonna do what I did and go, well, every Wednesday and Saturday I have a Twitch stream where I
now he feels the need to overcompensate because we called him out. Because we called him out, he feels the need to compensate. No, it's I don't know. I would not be opposed to it, but I think like you run into a real logistics problem. Like at what point do you say you get in, you get out? What's the platform? How do if if it's like a Roll20 or something, how does the rest of the community like become engaged? I don't know. It's just nothing I would say no to, but nothing I'm actively putting a bunch of thought into.
I think if Reed or myself felt like we had more time on our hands, we could maybe try to incorporate like a Roll20 game on the Patreon somehow. But I don't think either of us are interested in taking that on.
Nope. I should be working right now, by the way.
You literally should be working right now?
I literally should be working.
But we love you guys.
Oops.
Aaron Albus, Reed.
Yeah.
Will there be any connection to Brandis in Sneak Attack Volume 2?
Volume 2? To be determined.
TBD?
I think it would be cool. But I don't have enough of Volume 2 fleshed out yet to where I could make that determination concretely. Okay. But I don't know. I would like to. I'm not gonna like shoehorn a connection out, however big or small, if I have to like finagle the story in a way that doesn't make sense. So if it makes more sense for like if Brandis is a planet that exists in some solar system that the group can explore and it makes sense, then sure. Like maybe they'll land on planet Brandis one day and they'll see monuments to these 4 losers over there, and they'll be like, oh, that's cool. But like I don't know. I haven't really determined like how old technology, like where they're at in the timeline and stuff like that. I don't even know if they're really in the same universe. They might be 2 totally different things. So,
whose idea was the Twitter contest?
Danny's.
Danny.
Yeah, I think the initial idea was yours, Reed.
Right.
But Danny had the idea to make it awesome.
Yeah. So Mike said he got a code. I said we should do a giveaway. I put it out to the group like, hey, I want to do this giveaway. Danny said do an impersonation contest. Because we're not judging based on the impersonations, but just like a bonus impersonation thing, which was really awesome and probably the best thing we've ever done on Twitter. That
was a blast.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we could go through with the live stream and watch them all, but I don't think we really can.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't.
We have the format, but there were some fun ones. My favorite was the 2 guys who played Dirk and Alfonso.
Oh, it was
and he asked
Lorenzo.
And he said, Lorenzo, give me my sword. And he
actually had a sword.
Shrugged and he pulled off it, and then ran off the screen. That was a good one.
I like the guy that impersonated the plants. That Milo or Sherwood was. I'm the other way around. That Sherwood was interrogating.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, one of them was Roberto.
Like, there were some creative entries.
Creepiest entry goes to Craig. Thanks, Craig.
For face swapping you.
Oh my gosh.
On his face.
I've never face swapped in my life, and now I feel like my face data has been compromised.
That was awesome. I freaking loved that. I secretly almost went to our photo shoot that we did and grabbed like everybody's face, and I wanted to post it on Twitter and say everybody do a FaceTime with somebody for this competition, because that was hilarious to me. I couldn't stop rewatching that video.
Because it auto loops.
Reed, what was the most emotionally challenging part of the story for you to DM? That's Bryce.
Anything with Tegan.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah, probably anything with Tegan. He's probably more like me than any of my other NPCs. That's a good question.
Should I get the VR Skyrim if I've never played it before?
Anyways, back to Skyrim.
Question for Mike.
If
just do it.
If it's a personal value thing, we can't make that decision for you.
I wouldn't pay money, but if someone stuck it on my head, I'd play it.
So. It would be kind of cool to be in Skyrim, right, with your hands like this.
No, that's so lame. Gosh, we've had the Wii. Can we get past that? So terrible.
Question for Mike.
Yes.
How hard is it to RP a kid? I feel like are we repeating questions?
Is this a troll? Who's trolling us? Is it Ellen?
Thinking about playing a wizard. Yeah, I feel like we got this one.
We got that one.
Yep.
Oh, it's Josh trolling us.
Yeah, it's just Josh.
Why were the purple creatures from Jestaloo, or Alyssa? Why were the purple creatures cataloging and taking the people into the destroyed city of High Rock? If Arlen was actually good, Reed.
Yes, not every so
she did her research.
Yeah, there's a contingent of people in from the old world that were bad and were being were being brought in under having affiliations with the Princes of the Apocalypse. There are other people that were being brought in as like refugee style situations. So their perception of the situation from a distance was not as accurate as the reality of the situation. So in some instances, yes, people were being cataloged and like actually punished for having, or to the princes. Other people were actually being helped. But jumping forward in time 35 years, not really knowing what the heck was going on, seeing a makeshift statue of Valisar, it all looked nefarious.
Okay, here's a good one. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Highway to the Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins, obviously.
Mine's a toss-up between Foreigner, the
Jukebox Hero?
No, this is a small town girl.
That's Journey.
Oh, Journey, yes.
This guy over here.
I don't know bands really well. And Firework by Katy Perry.
Okay.
Oh man, probably anything by Boyz II Men.
Ooh,
get that group up there.
I Want to Dance with Somebody by
Whitney
Houston.
Yeah.
Will we ever see that little girl from Sandhaven again? The one who got traumatized for life.
She did.
Oh. I don't know. There's a bunch of old characters I'd like to bring back at some point, but with the time jump and stuff, I just don't know how feasible it is. Plus, like,
I also think we have to kind of write ourselves to the fact that there will be lore unexplored.
Yeah, like, that's just D&D. Especially the way we play. I'm not this huge, like, everything's pre-written, they're going to follow my path type of guy. So a lot of my story is being written as it's happening, which makes it very difficult to catalog and makes it very difficult to prepare for. But it's just how I prefer to play, and I think how my players prefer to play. So yeah, like we just need to wrap this story up too. I'm just kind of in like let's keep going mode, while still giving options. If you notice, like I said, hey, you can go to Vorstead. Spoilers, maybe if it's like 5 or 6 episodes old. Yeah. I said, hey, you guys can go to Vorstead or you can go to Fairfall. Obviously, the story advances if you go to Vorstead, but like Akio's story advances if you go to Fairfall. So, but I like to keep the ship rolling.
I have seen some feedback that there are people who feel like that our gaming has changed.
It has,
and I think absolutely it has. Like we're kind of past the point. I would say some of the stuff we love playing is just the exploring a city, goofing around, doing obnoxious things.
Yeah.
And we're so committed to the story right now that we really just can't. Like there's no point. The whole world's dying, and we're the only people who can stop it. Yeah. So we're not going to just pop into a new city and go, I wonder what cool shops are here. You know,
that's probably like
it's a tough thing to navigate.
It's a little precarious. I would like it to not always be that way, and I think the closest example I had of that lately was that Tree City.
Yes.
The city that was just one giant tree.
Yeah.
A lot of that was very chill and relaxed, and it was almost so isolated that the situation in the world kind of out of sight, out of mind. My hands are very like hypnotic. So I don't know. It was. I think that was nice, but I would love to do a better job at making it seem less dire all the time, because that's kind of the way it's been going lately, which wasn't my goal. But at the same time, I don't know. I felt at some point too like we were just spinning our wheels with the story. So I don't know. That's just delicate. You kind of got to feel it out, and hopefully just have content prepared that is interesting regardless of what your players decide to do.
I think in a fun way the Patreon characters will help, because instead of having to seek out unique characters, we've got some just slotted to run into us eventually.
I've had multiple people I know in real life tell me that Varn is their favorite NPC.
Yeah,
like, which is awesome.
That is really cool. Yeah,
like come up with a character like that. And so to be handed one, just like, oh yeah, here's all this information, and go create, like, yes, please.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So I think that type of like fun engagement and integration from the audience is going to keep things lighthearted while also advancing the story.
Yeah, and I think too, like, I think for us and the party, like, we are very much getting to the end, and I think for me being a character, like it does feel like we're finally on like that final path. So like all the fun is kind of all that kind of exploring. We are like sensing that. So I think it's okay. It does feel for me as a player though sometimes it's like, oh man, I miss like all that kind of fun, kind of offbeat stuff that we just like, and we'll go here and we'll do this. But it's like we do sense that as a group now. We do have that higher calling and more of like driven.
It's the nature of the stakes getting raised.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in book 14.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Of The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. And
The
so
wheel, it's circular.
Wrap it up, Robert.
It legit.
Lay in the plane.
It follows a very similar pattern. It's the last book in the whole series. Robert died, by the way.
Oh.
Like right after he wrote book 11. So 12, 13, and 14 were written by a fan author who his wife brought in to
I was literally
finish.
going to say his ghost.
It's really cool. He wrote like 3 million worth of words though. Like even that was part of these last 3 books.
That's crazy.
But it very much like right now it's called The Last Battle, and so like from the very first book, voting, but no one really took it very seriously. So there was a lot more goofy, good nature, just character building like in the first like 7 books.
That's a lot of character building.
Oh my gosh. And I mean there's high stakes in all of it, you know what I mean? But like and there's always a boss at the end and a big battle at some point and all this stuff.
But not the final one.
I'm just no one believes Sylvana was real. Balasar was just like an old wives' tale.
It rises really well. I think a novelization of Sneak Attack would actually be really cool, personally.
So publishers, reach out to me.
We need a ghostwriter.
As well as ghostwriters, reach out to me because I ain't writing it. So.
Yeah, but you should get the credit as the author.
I definitely. It's called ghostwriting for a reason.
You're a ghost. We don't see you.
So
I that is one thing I hope to correct with Volume 2 though. We're going to be laying out the structure of the story a little bit differently for Volume 2.
Where the stakes don't get so high so quickly, or
well, it's just like a lot more self-contained stuff. So maybe you're not going to have these like 30 episode sequences where just like everything sucks and dads are dying and people are getting left behind. It's going to be more like, maybe like 5 or 4 episode things where stuff happens, but there's always like nice logical breaks, resets, and then we'll go again. Stuff that I hope keeps the brevity, but also allows me to write much more self-contained short form stories within the larger arc, if that makes sense. That is something I've consciously thought about because I agree. It's not where I want to be as a storyteller right now, but I think it's a necessary part of just what we're doing.
Yeah. Nothing feels like I don't feel like we're in a forced position. I think we've come by it naturally, but it's just the situation we're in.
I would rather be interrogating plants as well. That's I think where my sweet spot is.
Amelia. What is each of your most embarrassing moments? I've got one right off the cuff.
In life?
Fire.
In life.
I'll let Josh at the table then.
I was before Kelsey and I were even dating, we were friends and we were part of a friend group, and there was a surprise birthday party for her at her best friend's apartment. So I'm at her best friend's apartment. We surprised her. It's great. I'm hanging out with Kelsey and her best friend. We're talking, and there's this picture on one of the shelves. This ornate picture with a girl's face, and it reads her the story.
Oh no! You just made me remember mine.
It's a white frame with like really intricate designs all around it, and I just casually made a joke where I said that looks like a frame that you would use for someone who died, and her friend goes, "Yeah, that's my sister. She's dead," and I go, "No, she's not," which was.
Not the right response.
No. How?
You doubled down. You said no.
I said no.
You told her.
No, you're a liar. I called the girl whose sister had died a liar. So that was probably one of my biggest foot and mouth moments. And after she walked away, I realized, oh, this is real. And
I'm at a funeral. And
wait, there's a coffin.
Wait, where am I?
This isn't a surprise party. Why did everyone get quiet when I yelled surprise? Oops.
So
I'll do mine because it falls oddly similar into Josh. Like it flows very well at Josh's.
Okay.
So in an unfortunate kind of way, Oh gosh, I've blocked this out of my memory. It took Josh telling that story to bring it back.
I'm glad I could bring back your worst memories, Reed.
So I met my now brother-in-law for the first time over a lunch with my family, my sister, he's now married to, and him. And we were all sitting around some restaurant eating, and I am a freshman in high school. I'm a freshman in high school. I'm just starting high school Spanish. I'm just starting Spanish, and I'm actually pretty good at it. So I'm like learning all about like Spanish culture, obviously the language, and all this stuff. And my now brother-in-law, this guy, he's 50% Mexican. His mom was born in Mexico, 100% Mexican. He's been surrounded by Mexican culture his whole life. And so me having recently discovered this new part of, our hemisphere, I'm very interested in Mexico. I said, oh man, that's really cool. Your mom was born in Mexico, like asking the question. And he goes, yeah, born in Mexico. Like all my family's Mexican. Yeah, blah, blah. I said, man, that's so cool. Does she celebrate the Day of the Dead? And he said, you know what? I don't know if she does anymore. Blah, blah. And we just kind of trailed off. I was like, oh, that's kind of okay. Well, whatever. That's the end of the conversation. My dad decides to continue the conversation by saying, so-and-so, how long has your mom been dead? I asked him if his dead mom celebrates the Day of the Dead.
Well, Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
And now we joke about it, and he laughs because, I mean, she died when he was really young, and I had no idea. My dad didn't hear our conversation, so it was very unfortunate for both of us that I would ask about his dead mom, and then he would continue that conversation to making me look like an idiot. I think he wasn't offended, but it's like, man, what a dirtbag move by my dad setting me up like that. He felt terrible. My brother-in-law felt terrible because he knew how bad I felt. My sister felt terrible. But so we joke about it now. He's like, in his mind, he's like, yeah, probably every day. Just laughing about the fact that his mom's dead. I was like, oh my, first every time I tell it. But
you guys go see Coco together.
We're gonna go see Coco together. Yeah, well, it's reparations, Chad. We're repairing old wounds.
Nice.
You remember that?
All right, we are running out of time, so we're gonna enter our rapid question.
Lightning round.
Reed, what special powers of the book would have possessed? Would it have given them information from Reed or additional dice rolls for insight?
It would have been a complete history of the world, even stuff that hadn't happened yet.
Okay, since you're still recording video, if we hit the goal, will you release some previous footage in some form, or will it start from the most recent episode? We'll release from the first ones we recorded.
Yeah.
We'll start from.
It'll probably be a compilation.
Yeah. Reed, if you wrote a Brandis campaign guide, what would be the Wizards of the Coast style disclaimer?
Can I pass? That's a really long answer.
I don't know what that means.
Just have fun and be good to each other.
All right. In Volume 2, does Josh have the chance to play a space dwarf?
They've seen the races I've put together. They're all new races I've invented.
2 races that I want to play.
Yeah, none of them are real.
Seen them.
None of them. You want to see them?
Yeah.
Okay.
None of them follow like classic.
Yeah, none of them are like
archetypes.
this is a dwarf one.
They have elements.
Yeah.
Like there's 2 that I would say borrow elements from dwarven culture. So I'm
gonna be the small one.
Yeah. I intentionally made a smaller one just for him.
Will we ever see Sylvana's father? When you talk about the people who know about Ophelia, nobody ever mentions her father.
Where's the father?
No, he exists though.
Where that baby daddy? Because I live in driving distance and would be willing to travel, could I have a golden ticket? Nope. Akio was unanimously picked as the first character to die with the new party. Who do you guys feel will be the next to die? Greg.
Probably.
I feel like Greg wants to go, so no, I hope he doesn't die.
Greg can't talk, but in blurbles right now, so most likely to die.
He's still a valuable part of our team.
So. I'm about to run a game of D&D for a few people who have never played before. What would you each suggest to play for their first delve into Dungeons and Dragons?
Ooh.
Play a dwarf.
Characters?
I think they mean like campaign, right?
Oh,
everybody play dwarfs.
Everybody play dwarfs.
They're really
every
dumb
dwarf.
and they're easy to play.
Yeah, do you mean characters or campaign? Campaign, I would. It sounds like cliched, but Phandelver's great. It was designed to be a good introduction to learn the new rules and mechanics of 5th edition and not be super long, so it doesn't demand a whole lot of your time. For characters, unless they really want to go caster, I would say more of a melee character because it can be kind of confusing teaching someone the like spell slots, spell levels. It can sometimes not connect or click right away. Maybe a ranger. That's a little bit of both. Like you get some spell element with like your whatever is it called, your hunter's mark, and you can have some magical stuff, but it's still mostly like if you just want to hit people with swords or bows and arrows, you can too.
Can you end every episode of Sneak Attack with Epic Sax Guy?
No.
Yes, but we won't.
No.
Why space for Sneak Attack Volume 2? Why not stay in high fantasy? Clarification, space can still be high fantasy. Like, high fantasy is total divergence from regular real world.
It's not medieval.
Yeah.
Why space? Because I think space is more my sweet. Like sci-fi is more my sweet spot, anyways.
So
I feel like sometimes I have to like phone in the medieval fantasy Lord of the Rings.
That's my zone.
That's Josh.
I love that stuff. Will there be another T-shirt sale,
guys? We're on in our 10-year history.
We're done.
I'm pretty sure
that never happening again.
I'm pretty sure Cotton Bureau wants to put our faces on their wall. Like,
were they pretty impressed? Did they?
I don't know. They have more shirts sold by other people, but like we've got to be up there for just like all-time sales.
Yeah,
we were at the top level of popular.
Yeah.
I think if we do another one, we'll probably do a new design. So
you heard it here first, folks. I didn't even know that.
Feels good. Reed, why not just let people submit characters for free? All right, that'll be the end of the stream today, guys. That was Craig.
What? Yeah, I'll just like create a mail filter that automatically goes to trash.
There were 5 slots, cost $100 every month in order to obtain, and we said we can't keep doing that.
We've seen 1 so far,
and you're asking if we would do for free
for unlimited number of people. No,
that question's bad.
It's a bad question, Craig.
Craig, please.
You've been unmodded. Can we ban YouTube chat? Can we ban people on YouTube chat?
I should look at the chat.
Ellen, ban Craig. I don't know if you're here, Ellen, but ban.
Ellen's here.
Thank you, Ellen.
Oh man.
Anyways,
he said there's more to the question. If I stop there, it looks stupid, but I already closed out the questions.
Oops. Sorry,
Craig.
We were about 5 minutes late, and we're about 5 minutes over. So you get your full hour with us, folks.
Sorry to make it look stupid, Craig.
No, Craig, hit me up on Twitter. Like we can continue that conversation.
Ellen said Craig deserved that, so
okay.
I don't feel that bad.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I think this is the most viewers we've ever had.
Yeah, solid over 20 the whole time.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Thanks for supporting on Patreon.
Seriously, means a ton.
Yeah.
It is not something we take lightly. That's why we're always evaluating it, always looking for the best way to bring you guys and connect in that way. Apologies that Dan and Kelsey could not be here. Dan had a last minute thing come up, and Kelsey is just away for now. But they send their love. It was not an easy decision for either of them. So they will be here next time, hopefully, assuming that everything goes well.
We've said before that the stream won't always be everybody.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't even going to be here until like late last night.
Oh no.
There was a period of time where I thought it was just going to be me and you guys. But I
would not watch that. Just kidding. I would.
You would, just to enjoy the cringe.
I would.
Yeah. You'd be like, I'm gonna like this. Squirm, Josh, squirm.
So we'll be back. We'll be back in December. We will post on the Patreon and on our Twitter when we're going live. But again, it'll probably be around the same time every month.
Yeah.
Somewhere around like the second, third week of December. That's what we're kind of aiming for, is some piece of content, some deliverable once a week for our patrons, depending on the tier. So
for those of you in the U.S., have a happy Thanksgiving next week.
Yeah, next Thursday.
So
for those of you in the UK or Canada, did you guys have it last month? I think Canada's is in October. They have a Thanksgiving. I don't know what they're giving thanks for. probably for not being America. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this month's live stream. Thank you all. Appreciate you all very much. Josh, you're going to have to be the one to scuttle up towards the camera and shut off the stream because we still haven't invested in a wireless mouse. That's too high tech for this. Scuttle. Ooh, knees cracked.
And just
bye.
stop the